Coach, what is this Duke rivalry starting to turn into here, maybe ever since the national title game a couple years ago? It looks like it's becoming a special one on the schedule for you.
Well, I think it's two talented teams that like to play the game of lacrosse. Neither team is one that's going to pull it out and stall the ball or junk things up too much. And based on last year, they got us pretty good at their place, and then we were able to come back and beat them in a very exciting game in the ACC tournament. So yeah, you're right. It's kind of turned that way. I don't think they've been to the Carrier Dome in a long time. We're number one, and they want to get it back. So it should be an exciting game, a good game to watch.
Obviously, their midfield stands out with Miles Jones and Deemer Class. You double polled them last year. What's the plan on these two guys this year when they still are the stars of the team?
Yeah, well, the two attackmen, especially with Matthias coming back, you got to respect those two guys down there, and they have a good inside game. But you're right, Miles Jones is probably the most dominant player in college lacrosse right now. 6'4", 240 pounds, and he's got almost as many assists as he does goals, so he's really expanded on his game. He's really good at finding open players on the field because he knows he's going to be double teamed. So he's just a force, and we got to be ready for him.
In the face-off game with them, it was Brendan Fowler who was such an issue for a couple of years. He's now gone, and now you have Ben Williams. How can that maybe swing the face-offs in your direction here this time around?
Well, I'd love to see that. I think their defense is good, but they're inexperienced, and so if we can give our offense a lot of opportunities to go against this defense and this goaltender, it won't hurt our cause.
Coach, lost 4 of the last 5 against Duke, got the win in the ACC tournament last year. Did that feel like a bit of a turning point in the series against the Blue Devils?
Well, we hope so. I think that we've talked about Syracuse lacrosse in the past before the Ensley Center, and trying to get our team better every game, especially early in the year. They got us early, and we were able to get them, back early in the ACC tournament. So, I think they're just a talented team, well coached. I can't think of the last time Duke's had a bad recruiting year. So we know they're always going to reload, and we just have to be ready for this game. And they've had some good success against us, and we want to start to, turn the slate back our way.
Does it seem crazy at all to you that 6 games in, we're halfway through the regular season already? Obviously, things going well so far. Does it seem like time's flying for you guys right now?
It does seem like it's going quick. Last week we could tell by the crowd, a bigger crowd in the Carrier Dome for Hopkins, and that was great to see. I think people realize that we've started our season, and the basketball season's over, and they can come up and watch a good lacrosse team play in the Carrier Dome. That's why the word's getting out there.
Coach, St. John's and Hopkins, you got out of the gate a little slow. How do you try and not have that first quarter hiccup?
I think as a staff we've tried to point that out to our team that with our rankings and the other teams coming in, and Hopkins really needing a big win. We knew they were going to see their best lacrosse game. St. John's down there, in Atlanta, they'd lost a few games by 1 goal. Their record wasn't great, but they were right in every game, and it was going to be a good win for them if they could knock off the Orange, and we're going to see that from everybody we play. So we've got to stop coming out with a slow start and trying to match their intensity going into these games.